Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm like busy bee tonight. Um, okay, so I want to talk about affirmations and their connection to spirituality and how we kind of switch back and forth and that process. But I also want to say I have an announcement coming soon. I think in about a week or so. I have an announcement coming, which is awesome. I'm looking forward to making this announcement. But it's not about some major. You'll see. It's gonna be fun. At any rate, I wanted to talk about affirmations and spirituality. Okay, when we do affirmations on a regular basis, you get, or what I find is that we get into a space where we're writing, and I like to physically write. I'm doing a 31 day, I think it's 31 day money affirmation challenge over at Facebook. But I started doing affirmations and just journaling. I just called it journaling because it wasn't affirmations. I wasn't writing the same thing over and over and over and over again, right? It was about me really changing my process around how I thought about the stream that I was living in, the vibe stream that I was floating in. But what I found different about it this time with writing affirmations, where I am writing the same statement repetitively, I find that spiritually, for me in conversations, I'm much more deliberate in what I actually say. Meaning, something as simple as saying sorry before you make a statement to someone. And you notice it when people do it to you, but when I'm about to do it, I don't necessarily notice it. And I've been noticing, like, I don't say sorry. Like in my head, I'm just like, no need to say sorry. It is your truth. It is your statement that you need to make. So say it with pure intention. So I've been doing that. And it's been getting more defined and more refined as the days are going by, right? So I also noticed that even with, say, affirmations, journaling, visualization, and everything, I still, over the years, knew that I needed my spiritual practice because it's what feeds my soul. It's what makes me feel good. It wasn't just about creating an environment, because I think that while I know that I can create things and make my life what I want it to be, because I've done this before and I'm doing it again, there are times when I get tired, and it's nice to know that there are much bigger energies out there that got my back. You know, my ancestors, the Orisha, it's major. You know, the ancestral mothers, it's major. So I come and I speak about this openly because I feel that a lot of people kind of feel like they got to trade one in for the other. And I'm here to say, no, you don't. You know, what gives you grace and what gives you those meditative moments where you feel still inside and still outside and in the presence of the divine is key. And I don't think it can be traded for journaling, visualization practices, and being super hyped up in life and happy. I don't think it can be traded because I've been through some pretty dark periods in my life where I could not get to any of those vibrations, honey. No happiness, no joy, no hopped up on like life like it's caffeine straight into my veins. No. And the thing that got me through it was knowing there was bigger energy out there than me. because part of the process with affirmations and journaling and change, it is actually active. It's just not the actions that we're used to taking that are about brute force, that have been set up to make sure that we are controlled, so to speak. That the decisions are somewhat being made for us, but that we feel that if we push hard enough, we can get what we want. Whereas with affirmations and journaling and visualization and living your life according to joy, that's much more sympathetic to the process. It's much more, it agrees with the structure that's in place, my being. And still, we are a sum total of many dualities. So while it may be sympathetic to my being or completely in harmony with my being, I'm not always in harmony with who I am. None of us are. We are always changing. We are always moving forward, learning more, understanding more, and that happens through character changing experiences that make it so we have to recognize that everything's not always at a positive level. And so now with the affirmations, realizing that I can create whatever it is I want in my life, still having my religious and my spiritual practice, is for me. It is in those moments that I remember, you don't become arrogant and crazy because you know that you can create a life that you want. Still be humble. Humble doesn't mean that I become a doormat for people to walk on, but it means that I've been in different places in my life. Lower places. And I've known other experiences that weren't necessarily low, but were definitely experiences that taught me that you can't take for granted anything that you have in life. So with that being the case, I came here to talk about those moments when, you pick up the phone or you're texting your friend and sometimes you're wordsmithing what you're getting ready to say or what you're getting ready to type in that little text box. And you know that it's not necessarily even you that's really doing that, but you know that the words need to change. You need to be affirmative or assertive and not aggressive. And so you change your words around. This is a big deal. A big deal. Because it's helping us to change the vibration as to where we are and where we're headed. Right? But I find that a lot of people think that, oh no, if it's one thing I could say is just kind of go with the flow. Affect your change, but go with the flow. Don't just believe that change is only going to happen if you're speaking the perfect words, because sometimes the words are not perfect. Sometimes the experience is not perfect. If you understand what I'm trying to say. I say that because there is no visualization board that can give me the life that I'm living right now. There's no degradation board that can give me a life that I don't want either. Life happens. It is organic like that. It just happens. And so when we realize how life is happening, and I'm not saying that we become all-knowing, but eventually we kind of begin to pick up on the cues, the cycles, the things that are happening in life. And we're not so jarred by the peaks and the valleys, because at the end of the day, we know we're still in certain seasons. We know we're still in certain areas of our life, and we're going to be fine. Right? Still, the spiritual component that I find is devoid, because generally when I'm moving in a collective of people who think in terms of affirmations and positive talking and positive speak and asking is giving, living with joy and different things like that, they tend to be very money focused people, and then eventually they're either money focused or very health focused people, because their crisis that led them to this way of life was either health or it was money. And I think that, like where I'm at right now, they all get to that place of it doesn't matter. You know, we are living our lives every single day. We're living our lives. And when we live our lives, we need to take the time to breathe and realize that there are not always going to be happy moments. There will be sad moments. But as we get through them, that piece of us that is not just defined by, okay, my numbers were great for the doctor, or my bank account is great for me to be able to do this. Are you really enjoying your life? Are you enjoying the moments that you are experiencing? Are you really experiencing the moments that you're having? Are you? Am I? I like to think I am. But I also like to think that there's always room for improvement. And I don't have to think that. That's just life. There's always room for improvement. But the spiritual component to this entire process is that when we step back, when we breathe, when we listen, there is still a vibration that is humming and tuning way above affirmations and intentions and visualization boards and things like that. They're good to get you there, because then you start to hear things being moved around you a little bit. And that's why I brought this video to Bathing in Herbs, to specifically my YouTube channel, I'm going to take and upload this to Bathing in Herbs over at Facebook. The main reason why I'm doing that is because I really am trying to impart to people that there is truthfully a vibe stream. There's a moment when you recognize that you are no longer having conversations trying to convince people of positivity, and you are living positivity, and there are many people around you doing it. And it's no longer at that point that much of a struggle to do so. But there is that jump back and forth. And the back and forth happens when we're not always in the collective of people that are moving downstream, that are moving quickly. Not allowing anything to stop them. Like, this is what I want and this is what it's going to be. I'm going to tell you, these affirmations, 31-day affirmation has reawakened me to that. And I'm not sitting around saying those affirmations all day. Oh, no, I'm not. But I will be reminded of them. And by the same token, reminded of places that I've been yesteryear that taught me that manifestation is something that we all have the power to do. There's nothing special about anybody that can manifest. You just can do it, and we do it all the time. And most of the time, it is being honed and crafted for us, and we're not using it to our own benefit. Use it to your own benefit, but recognize that you have a soul. And you know what grace is, because when you feel it, you know what it is. And that's why I would say to people, you can't kick religion out the door once you find this. You just can't. Affirmations are awesome. Changing vibe streams are awesome. But so is sitting with Obatala. So is sitting with my ancestors. That's where my soul and I get my grace from. For other people, it could be church, right? Sitting in a mosque. You cannot let go of one for the other, kind of like divesting things. It's not cool. And you eventually find that out if you're in the process of doing that. And I can't tell you that I would divest things, but I'm a person that focuses here. Okay, I've learned that all the way. And then I focus there. Okay, I've learned that all the way. And then I bring it all together, right? And when I think that it's a natural process, though. It's not something I really instinctually do. And when it all starts to come together, I'm astounded at the beauty. I'm astounded at the synchronicity with every thing, being, experience around me. be it a green light, a person, food, train coming, but whatever. I'm astounded at the recognition of the vibe stream that I've gotten into that says everyone's awoke. Hello. Think about that one. There is no separation really here. There is none. They all, but this I think is a very strong, powerful way to beat it out of you. And then when you know other things, when you've been studying some form of spirituality, I mean, I'm very partial to, the Orisha tradition for my own reasons, but I think that when we are studying and getting where we need to go and really working on, humility is something that kicks in because you realize, hold up, I didn't have to work extra hard for this. This clicked into place because I'm rewiring how I think. And then you rewire how you think when you go and you sit down with your ancestors and you're talking to them. And they're like, oh, she getting it now. Right? It is awesome. And I just really wanted to say that affirmations are a great place to start. Please start at affirmations if you can. And I think I really do sanction this 31-day money, 31-day affirmation money challenge. I'm messing the 31-day money affirmation challenge. Maybe that's it. It's awesome. It's awesome because I agree with a lot of what she says because I've had the experience before. The experience of understanding. She says something in one of her days, I forget which one, where it is, writing is important to the process of change. And it really is physically writing. Not typing, not texting, not putting a note on your phone, but literally. Because you can put your anger through your pen when you hitting a page. You can put your joy through. You can, it's passion being lived through literally the limb of your arm, your hand, and a pen and a book. Give it some thought. Remember, affirmations are very positive, but they start to spark a bigger conversation inside of you that then allows you to come to the world with much more than what you were coming with before. Have a good evening, everyone. Peace.